Hey everybody, today we are looking at some products from ddHiFi. Here's a wooden box for the first one. Some information from the company, and we'll put that back. Some nice packaging there. It's a nice little wooden box. The rest of the packages, they're all environmentally friendly packages, so that's really nice. First off, we're going to look at the tiny dongle deck that they have. This thing is so small, and that just fits in your phone, and you can just have that hanging right off the phone, and you're good to go. Let's get a nice little close-up of that. All aluminum with this little brass end piece, and the brass on the end piece, it just really looks good. It's got some nice aesthetics to it. Really nicely designed product, all metal. Good construction. There's your 3.5 millimeter. There's your USB-C, and it's a nice DAC. For traveling, you definitely notice an improvement in the sound quality, and you definitely notice an improvement in the volume with this. And I don't know what's going on with the focus on this thing. At the minute I let go, it's going to focus in on that. Overall, I like the construction, and I like that it works. It does what it says. It's an increase in volume and sound quality over the onboard. That's nice. And let's look at some of the specs right now. Looking at my notes up there. USB codec ALC 5686. This has a output power of 30 milliwatts at 32 ohms. Drivability is 16 to 200 ohms. Frequency response is 20 to 20 kilohertz. Has a PCM sampling rate supported up to 32-bit at 384 kilohertz. And it weighs 6 grams, so that's pretty good. It looks great. It's a nice little DAC. Really, really nice, well thought of. This also comes in a Lightning variant, and then you can get both of those also in a 2.5 millimeter if you wish. This one is the 3.5 millimeter. Put that off to the side. The next is this adapter, which is 3.5 millimeter and 4.4 millimeter. Right there. And this is all metal too. ddHiFi. Looks like a little hammer. And I like that it is a right angle, and it's well designed. And I'm going to pull it up. Now, there is a disclaimer on the site that says this is not meant or recommended for devices that have a built-in 3.5 millimeter jack, such as FiOS range of digital audio players and DACs, amplifiers. If you still want to give it a try, give it a try. It says, for example, on the FiO M15, they have observed noticeable differences at the high-end frequencies. Now, for the most part, I use this on the hip DAC and a couple of other things, and this didn't impede or change the sound in any way, so it works for me. I like the product. I like the way it looks. It's not the conventional just straight line, little plug adapter. It has a nice feature, and it's also right angled at the same time. All made out of aluminum, by the way, and gold plated. So it does its job, and it did its job well for me. Last but not least is this one right here. Actually, this was the box for the other one, which was the adapter. I'm going to put that off to the side. And this one is the TC44B. This is a 2.5 millimeter, 4.4 millimeter balanced audio adapter. Comes in both Type-C and Lightning variants. Nice, environmentally friendly packaging too, by the way. I'm going to put that off to the side. Here it is here. It is a Dongle Deck. And quite frankly, it's just really nice looking. Can we get a close-up on that? You see the nice little shiny brass end, and you see your 2 jacks and your USB, and you have this nice silver cable here on the back, 2 little screws, USB DAC, ddHiFi brand. And it's triangular, which is unique. You don't see a lot of audio products in that shape. And this feels like a really nice quality cable. Like if you had this type of cable for your headphones, you might actually like it. And USB-C there. And it also comes with the PC adapter. If your PC doesn't have C, you have standard USB right here with the USB-C on that side. And that would plug right into here, and that comes with it. So overall, I found that this really does a good job. It opens up the sound. Other than that, it doesn't really add too much or take away anything other than volume. There's definitely an increase in volume. There's definitely an increase in just the sound seems to be a bit wider with this, and definitely louder. So it does its job there. Other than that, mostly it's just transparent. And this was transparent too, by the way. This didn't really add anything to the sound whatsoever. It just gave it much better volume. And, you know, that should be the job of the DAC. It should basically mirror the source. And this was very nice as well. I didn't notice any noise on either one of those products. Using them, even with some really, really like finicky IMs, I didn't have any hissing or anything else. At least in my opinion, I don't know. I didn't test, you know, a lot with them. I probably tested about 10 of them, starting with like KZ and then working all the way up to the Believe. I like the design. I like the way it looks, and I like the portability. You just take this, pop it in your backpack, you're good to go. There's no battery on here, so it amplifies. There's dual DAC chips in here, by the way. Now, the output power on this one is 120 milliwatts at 32 ohms. This supports PCM up to 32-bit at 384 kilohertz, and then this also supports DSD, native DSD 64, 128, and 256. This only weighs 13 grams. The cable length is 85 millimeters, and the plug length is 3.5 millimeters. And it's triangle. It's a little triangle, and isn't it nice to have shapes? You know, there aren't too many triangles. As a matter of fact, there was a bigger, you know, powered DAC amplifier that was a triangle, and I thought that was a cool shape at the time. It's nice to see, you know, people thinking outside the box and designing stuff like this. It's made very well. It's all metal. There's no plastic pieces on any of these, so that's really nice. It did its job well, and for that, that's why I'm doing the video, because all of these are very useful items. They have a number of different adapters if you need some adapters and stuff, and you want something that's quality instead of the old, you know, the old straight adapters like this 3.5 adapter right here that I have. It's old style. I mean, it does its job, but it's just kind of, you know, these are a dime a dozen. Sometimes you can get some really bad ones of those too. I got a couple of them with plastic ends that just don't work. I threw them out. And then you get something like this, and it just looks really good, and it has a nice useful feature like the right angle, and it's a different shape. It's unique. All this stuff seems to be very unique. I mean, they just think really outside the box, so I like that. I can definitely recommend this. I'm going to leave a link, I guess, to the Alley store. I don't know. They sell this. You can get these on Amazon. You can get these right from ddHiFi. And you can get them on their Alley store as well. There's actually a bunch, like I showed you on this thing, there's a bunch of different ways to get their products or get in touch with them. There's email, Twitter, Facebook, all that. And they just make some really nice adapters and DACs and dongle DACs that are like, you know, different. So if you're interested in something like that, you know, I hope this video was informative. And I hope that you're staying safe out there. And once again, thank you so much for watching.